Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So that is my project. Hello everyone. My name is Eve Daggett. I am from a small town called Lurgan in the north of Ireland. I am 18 years old and a senior in high school. Growing up, I spent a lot of time with my granny and granda who live on the shores of Lough Neagh. I spent many hours walking on the paths with my granda, hearing stories from his head. And as I grew older, learning to sail and paddleboard with my family on the loch. I also spent many weekends with my guide group, camping, having cookouts, and singing around the campfire in Oxford Island. This is why this project is so close to my heart, and I want this place to stay special for generations to come. Over the first COVID lockdown, Oxford Island was closed to traffic. It was so quiet and felt like our own back garden. It became a private paradise. However, as the weather got better, many more people began to use the area, which was fantastic at first. But also, as council workers weren't working, none of the bins were being emptied, and the rubbish levels grew. This precious place of my childhood had plastic bottles in the hedges and plastic bags in the trees. Oxford Island is an extremely important hub for conservation and wildlife. However, during these times, the wildlife's habitat was becoming encroached with rubbish. This made me upset, but I didn't really think it was up to me to take action. How could one person really make a difference? But then I went to New Hampshire in the summer of 2022 and met some wonderful people from Friends Forever, which made me realize, why not me? I could make a change. Guides, or for the Americans in the audience, the Girl Scouts, is an organisation which provides opportunities, such as camping, to enable girls to develop their full potential while instilling leadership skills for the future. I have been involved in Guides now for 13 years, and since becoming 18, I've decided to take on a leadership role, looking after the youngest girls aged 6 and 5. After starting back at the Guides this September, it hit me that I had an inbuilt team of people who had camped, walked, and enjoyed Oxford Island just like me, and my social action project began to form. I realised that while Oxford Island is so special to me, it is also special to so many others. For example, the Dunkers, who you can see on the top left, who are a local open water swimming club who swim in the loch all year round. So my plan is that in the springtime of 2023 to hold a litter picking morning. I will be asking the 27 guides to volunteer alongside myself, other leaders, friends and family. Not only will the guides be making a massive impact on their community, but this will also be beneficial to themselves because part of the guide programme is to complete 25 hours each of volunteer work over the year. My Guides Get Greener and Cleaner event will help them towards the completion of this task, which they then will be rewarded with for the Gashka Award. My hope is that this will be a repeatable event that I could encourage other groups who also use and love Oxford Island to do themselves. For example, the Dunkers I had mentioned earlier, the local sailing club, or the Scout group. So logistically, this event will involve 35 people working for 3 hours each, giving us over 100 hours of litter picking. In order to keep our volunteers safe and happy, we will need high-vis jackets, gardening gloves, biodegradable bin bags, litter picking tools and refreshments, which in total would have costed an estimated £500. However, thanks to my very generous friends and family and local community, we have managed to borrow or get all of these items donated. We will borrow high-vis jackets from the guides. Each volunteer will bring their own gardening gloves. The council will supply bin bags and litter picking tools. My cousin, who owns a small local bakery, has offered to supply buns and cakes to our volunteers. My mum and dad have been roped in to help with the coffee and tea station. And therefore, for the whole event, The only cost will be time. However, if I am lucky enough to gain any donations through my local giving page, I would love to create t-shirts for the volunteers to get them excited about the event and also to raise awareness. My hope is the volunteers enjoy this morning in the outdoors with friends, making a difference in their local community, and that others are inspired by our success to organise their own litter picks. For me, success looks like our group of volunteers walking away feeling inspired, energised, and proud of their volunteering. It also looks like a greener, cleaner Oxford Island that our whole community can enjoy. The ways in which I hope to measure this success is by recording over 100 hours of volunteering, filling over 20 rubbish bags, and inspiring other groups to organise a further 2 litter picks later in the year. I plan on moving away for university in September of 2023, hopefully to Glasgow in Scotland to study history. I hope that the legacy of my guides Get Greener and Cleaner event will create an annual springtime litter pick for many more years to come. Thank you all so much for listening.